Just a handful of these seeds is enough for the ZZ plant to start sprouting new leaves. Here's a clever trick that an old gardener showed me. His plants were always lush and healthy. Although the ZZ plant is not demanding, new leaves don't appear on it too often. To stimulate the plant, it needs to be nourished. Take a handful of sunflower seeds. You can buy them in almost any supermarket. Then, put them in a blender and grind them into a fine powder. Pour potting soil into a bowl. Add the ground sunflower seeds to it and mix well. The ZZ plant likes fertile soil. Sunflower seeds stimulate root growth. They nourish the plant. The leaves become darker and greener after them. The ZZ plant starts sprouting new leaves. Add this mixture when repotting the plant into a larger pot or sprinkle it on top of the soil. Water generously, and you're done. Making this fertilizer costs pennies and takes less than 5 minutes.
Just a few spoonfuls, and your potted plants will thrive. Your zamioculcas will sprout new stems, and orchids will burst with blooms. Say goodbye to store-bought fertilizers. This homemade fertilizer will strengthen all your houseplants, from orchids and cacti to zamioculcas, anthurium, and peace lilies. The key ingredient is lentils, rich in phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and vitamins C, B6, A, and K, everything plants need to grow. If you have plants that need a boost, consider this lentil fertilizer. Pour about half a liter of water into a container and add 3 tablespoons of lentils. Any color works. Let the water sit for a few hours so the lentils can enrich it with essential nutrients, turning the water a darker color. Strain out the lentils and use this nutrient-packed water as fertilizer. It strengthens roots, keeps leaves healthy, and encourages flowering. Apply once a month, and with regular use over 3 months, you'll see noticeable results. Alternatively, you can use powdered lentils. In a small blender, grind 3 tablespoons of lentils into a fine powder. This amount covers a few pots. Sprinkle a small amount on the soil of each plant and mix it in. The fertilizer will release nutrients gradually. Reapply after 30 days. This will keep your plants growing strong and beautiful. In the past, everyone had this plant on their windowsill at home. It's known for its invaluable medicinal properties, and growing it is incredibly easy. A simple brush of its leaves fills the air with a lovely scent. Anginka, or scented geranium, is a forgotten plant for many. Loved by herbalists for its medicinal uses, it can be used to treat colds, inflammation, and migraines. In this video, I'll show you how to use it. Place a leaf of this plant in your ear, and the inflammation and pain will fade away. This natural remedy fights bacteria and viruses, while also reducing swelling. It has pain-relieving and anti-inflammatory effects. Simply crush 1 leaf in your hands to release its juice, roll it up, and insert it into your sore ear. Keep it in for 15 minutes and remove it. Repeat as needed for relief. You can also make a health tincture from Anginka's leaves. Gather a handful of leaves, cut them into strips to release their juices, and place them in a jar. Cover with a cup of vodka, mix well, and store in a dark, cool place for 2 weeks, shaking daily. After 2 weeks, strain and transfer the tincture to a sterilized bottle. This tincture is used to relieve rheumatic pains and colds. A tea made from its leaves works wonders too. It helps alleviate upper respiratory infection symptoms. Just place the leaves in a cup, add a few cloves, and pour hot water over it. This brew soothes a sore throat, and using it as a mouthwash can help with toothaches, gum inflammation, and bad breath. The plant also improves air quality, emitting essential oils that benefit the respiratory system. Its scent repels mosquitoes, flies, and ticks, making it perfect for the terrace or kitchen window. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. You can find more natural recipes and valuable tips on our channel. Cover your plants with stockings. You'll save your plants. Look for old stockings or tights. If they're torn, don't throw them away anymore. Use them for your plants. If you have potted plants at home, you surely take care of them and nurture them. Household members and guests probably admire them. Even small children are interested in them. If you have a cat at home, you take special care of the plants. Cats love flower pots and the soil in them. When you have plants at home, you can avoid many problems and troubles thanks to stockings or tights. The flowers will be healthy, and you'll be able to take care of them and nurture them calmly. Take old tights. Even if they're torn, it doesn't matter. Place them on the plant. Measure the height. Take scissors and cut an appropriate piece of stocking. Put it on the flower pot. Do it from the bottom. A well-placed stocking should cover the soil. This will provide protection to the roots. Now, children or cats won't play with the soil in the flower pot. Such a cover will also ensure greater tidiness. Animals or children won't spill the soil from the flower pot anymore. Put a potato in your indoor plants, and you'll never waste a plant again. Start by peeling a few potatoes. Potatoes are among the most commonly consumed vegetables. Typically, we use only their flesh, while the peels end up in the trash. This time, however, don't throw the peels away as usual. Potato skins are packed with nutrients like starch, potassium, and phosphorus, which you can easily put to use at home. Collect the peels and place them in a jar. Choose a container large enough to hold all the peels. Next, cover the scraps with water, ensuring they are fully submerged. Finally, seal the jar. If you don't have a lid, tightly wrap the top of the jar with aluminum foil. The potato mixture needs time to develop its benefits, so store it in the refrigerator for a week. During this time, the peels will release potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium into the water. After a week, strain the liquid into another container and discard the peels. They are no longer needed. And that's it. You now have a natural fertilizer, perfect for watering indoor plants, garden flowers, and vegetables. This water is an excellent source of minerals that will strengthen your plants, ensuring abundant blooms and healthy growth. It's a simple, eco-friendly way to transform potato peels into a nourishing elixir for your garden. This natural fertilizer makes my flowers grow like crazy. It contains everything flowers need. I can use it on any plant in the house. My plants have finally stopped getting sick, and their roots have strengthened. The flowers are beautiful and healthy. Thanks to this fertilizer, potted plants have large green leaves. It increases the number of buds and shoots in flowering plants. This homemade mixture contains all the essential elements: potassium, phosphorus, calcium, silicon, zinc, and others. To prepare it, you'll need rice and either a blender or a coffee grinder. Start by making rice flour from the rice. Meanwhile, get a jar ready. Put a teaspoon of rice flour into the jar. Add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Heat 500 milliliters of water. Pour the hot water over the mixture in the jar. Close the jar and let it sit for 3 days. After this time, strain the mixture through a fine sieve. Dilute it. Add 500 milliliters of water for every 100 milliliters of fertilizer. You can save the rest of the jar's contents for later use. Now, water your plants with this mixture and wait for the results.